What is up, Caffeinated Nation? Welcome to my first ever review. This is going to be on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, open yourself an energy drink, sit back and relax, and let's jump into this thing. Now let me give you a little insight on how I'm going to review things. Since this is my first review, basically I'm going to go over the things I like about the game, the things I don't like about the game. Then I'll kind of go into just random thoughts, and then I will kind of sum everything up at the end and tell you whether or not I will recommend the game. I'm not going to give a number score because I think that's kind of dumb. But yeah, let's get into the things I like about this game. Oh, and also, first, before I get into my likes, just as a disclaimer, this is mainly going to be over multiplayer. I did play a little bit of the campaign, but I haven't beaten it yet, so I don't think it would be fair to go over that because I haven't gotten the full experience, and I haven't even touched Spec Ops, so yeah, there's that too. So the main thing that keeps me coming back to this game day in and day out are the guns, and the way the guns handle and feel. There's actually recoil in this game. It's not like pretty much every other Call of Duty where most guns are just straight lasers and the attachments don't really do much. Like foregrips and, you know, all that kind of stuff are kind of just placebo kind of deals. They don't really affect your stats. With this game, like, every attachment does something to your gun, and it changes the specs. And I think it's pretty awesome that you can make assault rifles, pretty much any assault rifle, into an SMG, and vice versa. Like an SMG, you can kit it out to be an assault rifle, and there's like hidden guns and stuff you can make. Like the 74U technically isn't in this game, but you can make the AK-47 into a 74U with like ammo conversions and stuff. I think it's pretty awesome how like they did that. Yeah, I think the customization is fantastic. I feel it really caters to everyone's playstyle, whether you're a slower player, a faster player, or whatever. Like, I think they really hit the mark in that regard. And then I also really like how they handled DLC in this game. When they first announced that there was going to be no season pass, I was like, okay, how is Activision going to screw us this time? But lo and behold, they're giving us free maps, and then they give us the battle pass, which is pretty much the most consumer-friendly DLC system that they've ever given us. Yeah, because I was super wary about the whole DLC situation because of what they did with Black Ops 4. When Black Ops 4 came out, there was no supply drops. They had like a battle pass system, and it was great. And then as soon as the first DLC came out, they put out supply drops. And I hate that. I don't like when companies try to take advantage of gamers. And you know, it'd be one thing if they would have only put cosmetic items in the supply drops, but they put weapons in there. And I don't like that. I don't like pay-to-win systems. With this, they made the battle pass to where you don't have to even pay for it. You can grind it out, level it up, and then get the new guns for free. Everything else is cosmetic, and I love that. It's fantastic, and I think Infinity Ward really nailed it with the DLC in this game. Now, the next thing I want to touch on that I really like is weapon balancing. Every gun, well, for the most part, is viable in this game. It has its own place, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, the M4. Yes, I get it. The M4 is pretty much the best gun in the game. I don't think it's overpowered. I just think it's overused, and especially with the new Grau, the gun that I'm using in this gameplay, I think this gun is now the best gun in the game. It straight up melts people. Clearly, because I'm not a good player, and I put up 70 plus kills on Rust with this gun, so I don't know. There's something wrong there. But back on track. Yeah, the weapon balancing I think is awesome. And then I also think the kill streaks in this game are awesome as well. They actually like do work, and I think that's one thing that can be overpowered is kill streaks, because you're supposed to be like rewarded for getting kills and playing the objective and stuff like that. I feel like in the last few Call of Duties, kill streaks were kind of like lackluster and they didn't really do much. And here, like, they tear people up. Like the chopper gunner, I honestly feel like the chopper gunner needs to be, the chopper gunner and the Pavlo need to be like switched, because like I think the chopper gunner needs 11 kills and then the Pavlo needs 10, because the chopper gunner just wrecks people. Like, it wrecks. It's so hard to shoot down because like you can control it and you're like swooping around and stuff like that. So yeah, so I want to touch on one thing as well that I really like the game industry going towards is crossplay. Crossplay just works in this game, and I think it's fantastic, because even after this year's up, and the player base inevitably goes down, you're still going to be able to find lobbies, because PC, Xbox, and PS4 are all in the same pool. And again, with the DLC, the player base is going to be split because everyone's going to have the maps. So if next year Treyarch's Call of Duty sucks, you can keep on playing this game and everything is good to go. Now I want to segue into what I don't like as much in this game. The main thing I don't like in this game are the maps. The launch maps in this game are not good at all, in my opinion. I get they were trying to get away from the 3-lane approach, but they kind of just tried to make like kind of like Rainbow Six Siege maps, but Call of Duty isn't Rainbow Six. And they're kind of clunky and they don't flow very well, and I feel like they promote camping a little bit too much. I do think they're going into the right direction with the DLC maps, although they're pretty much all like old maps, which, don't get me wrong, like I love the old maps like they added in this game, but I kind of want to see something fresh and new, because honestly, like, I see myself mainly playing the 24/7 map rotations, because like I can't play the base maps. Like, I just get really pissed off and irritated because of the way people play and the way the maps are designed. Me, I love rushing, I love getting in people's faces, and I don't feel like the base maps really promote that. Again, like, I think it really depends on the lobby you get into and the type of players that play the game, but they're just not for me. Now, one thing I really think that the game could benefit from is a map voting system, just like how they've had in like pretty much every other Call of Duty. If not like a map voting system, like vote to skip. That way you could avoid a lot of the crappy maps and that. So that's my suggestion. And the very last thing that I want to talk about that I hate in this game are the spawns. Maybe it's just because I play nothing but smaller maps, but I don't think there's an excuse for the way the spawns are in Shoothouse and Rust. Shipment, I get, but there are some really questionable spawns in Shipment. I get it's like a really tiny map, but if you continually spawn people in the middle of the map, like, who thought of that? I don't know, but Rust, there shouldn't be this bad of spawns. Fix your spawn logic, Infinity Ward. The game would be a lot better. A ton better. Everyone would pretty much, not everybody, but because the Call of Duty community is super toxic, but that would alleviate a lot of issues, because there's no way you could ever get a nuke or something like that on a lot of the smaller maps, because you'll be on a streak. Because last night I was playing and I had my specialist bonus, and then I got killed off of it because someone spawned right behind me. Like, Rust is a big enough map to where you can like literally spawn people in places where it's logical. So yeah, that's another suggestion to fix part of this game is the spawns. hire some new testers. I feel like there's like 12-year-old testers being like, yeah, these spawns are okay. Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant. I don't want to just fix the spawns in Infinity Ward, please. So we're to the part of the review where I tell you whether or not I recommend this game. And I can tell you that I really, really do like this game. I think this is the best Call of Duty that they put out in years. There are some people that will tell you that that's not the case. But then again, there's a huge, like, preferential base of people who like certain Call of Duties and people that will just trash it and still play the game. But I honestly think this is the best Call of Duty that they put out in years, aside from the maps. I think the gunsmith and all that really, really makes the game amazing, multiplayer-wise. In terms of value, I think it's a great value. You got a campaign, you've got multiplayer, which is super deep, and you can level up guns forever. And you got Spec Ops, which I haven't even touched yet. I put 3.5 days on this game, and I haven't even touched Spec Ops yet. And then you got Battle Royale coming later this year. So, and on top of that, you got free DLC. So you pretty much pay the price of admission, $60, or you can probably get this game for $40 somewhere, and you got a beefy amount of content that you can play through. And from what I played, the campaign was pretty fantastic. So if multiplayer isn't your thing, buy it for the campaign, because Call of Duty campaigns are pretty awesome, in my opinion. So I feel like if you played previous Call of Duties, you'll probably like this if you're just like a general person. If you are kind of like new to the franchise, maybe not. It's a little bit tougher of a game just because of the recoil, and it requires a little bit more skill because of the recoil control, and the time to kill is really fast. So me, I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, so I've been playing for a long time. I pretty much have played every game with the exception of like Infinite Warfare. I didn't play that multiplayer, but I honestly think that this is a great Call of Duty. And call me a shill, yell at me in the comments, but whatever, it is what it is. I think it's definitely a great overall game. So, but who am I to tell you what to do with your money? This is just a recommendation. Holy shit, we made it. We made it to the end of my first review. I just want to thank whoever's watching this video for clicking on it, watching and listening to my nonsense. If you want to know when I post more videos or go live on Twitch, you can find those links in the description. And do not forget to hit like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm going to let the rest of this video roll out because I really have nothing else left to say. So again, thanks, and I will catch you on the next one.
Disable the HQ, Rib. Next station is up. Be advised, friendly position. We've got a UAV on station, ready for fire. UAV entering the AO. HQ, go!
Bingo fuel.
Airstrike available. HQ contested. Enemy on the HQ,
Tracker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
enemy on the HQ, get over there.
Tracker 3-3, arriving on scene. Good effect on target.
Outstanding. I expect nothing less.